is our first video for Algebra 3, R.3 Exponents. With this video and every video that we do, I would encourage you to pause the video while you write down the problem, try the problem on your own, and then unpause the video to hear what the correct answer is or some helpful hints and explanations. But really get in the habit of pausing the video a lot and trying problems on your own. You will learn and understand much better that way than just copying down what you see on the screen. All right, so on this one, we are wanting to apply the properties of exponents so that we can simplify algebraic expressions. So we're going to start here by taking the two coefficients and multiplying 4 times 6 together, which is 24. And then we're going to multiply the x squared times the x to the 4th. Recall that with our properties of exponents, when the bases are the same, you add the exponents together. So we would have x to the 6th. 24x to the 6th. All right, here's our next one. Again, I would encourage you to pause it so you can write it down. Try it using those same ideas that we used on number 1, and then unpause it to come back and see if you got it right. All right, so we're going to start again by multiplying the coefficients. 5 times a negative 8 gives us negative 40. Then we're going to multiply the two x's. This x doesn't appear to have an exponent, but it actually has an exponent of 1. So when we multiply them together, we add those exponents. So 4 plus 1 actually gives us 5. And then the same thing with the y. This y has an imaginary 1. 1 plus 8 gives us y to the 9th. So negative 40, x to the 5th, y to the 9th. All right, so the next one is a division problem. 8x to the 5th divided by 2x squared. Again, we start with the coefficients, so we're going to take 8 and divide it by 2, which is, of course, 4. And then we have a new property. When we're dividing exponents that have the same base, we subtract those exponents. So we have x to the 3rd. All right, next one, number 4, another division problem. So take a minute, write it down, give it a try on your own using what we talked about on number 3, and then come back and hit play and see if you got it right. So what I would do first on this one is divide the coefficients. So 16 divided by negative 4 is negative 4. And then since we're dividing here, I'm going to subtract the exponent. So 4 minus 9 is x to the negative 5th. And then again on the y, subtract. That gives me y to the 0. Now, unlike all the other problems, after we did our first simplification, we were done. But this one we have more to do. So negative coefficients are okay. Nothing wrong with that. But negative exponents are not. In order to get rid of a negative exponent, you have to move it down below. So we're going to keep the negative 4, and we're going to take that x to the negative 5th, move it to the denominator, and now it's a positive 5. Then we look at y to the 0. Y to the 0 would still be on top, but anything to the 0 power equals 1. So this actually just equals 1, so negative 4 times 1 is simply negative 4, so we don't have to add anything. So our final answer is negative 4x to the 5th. All right, and then here's our last one. Again, take a minute, write it down, give it a try, and then come back and see if you got it correct. 8 divided by 32 times x to the negative 6. So I'm going to simplify my coefficients first. This time, my numerator is smaller than my denominator, so I can't just divide and get a nice number, I have to reduce instead. 8 goes into both of these numbers. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. 32 divided by 8 is 4. So you never want to put a decimal. So if you did 8 divided by 32 and got 0.25, we don't want that. Instead, you just want to reduce the fraction. All right, so then we have this x to the negative 6. On number 4, we talked about how negative exponents are not okay. This negative exponent is in the denominator. So to get rid of it, we need to move it up to the numerator and then change it to positive. So we're going to take that x to the negative 6 and move it to the numerator. Now it's an x to the positive 6. And typically, we don't leave a 1 as a coefficient. So we would write this as x to the 6th over 4 as our final answer. So that is all for the first part of R3. You can go ahead and try your assignment. Good luck.